There we are. Okay, that's good. And we are not streaming to Pixelogic. Okay, that's good too. All right. This is a stream test. I don't even see a chat window. Am I not on here? Why is it not showing me live, but it's showing me here? I'm getting nothing off my page. Is something going on? Well, it says that I'm live. But I see nothing. Is there someone out there? It says there is. Can anyone hear me? Because my channel seems to be weirding out. I can't tell if I'm actually broadcasting or not. Nope. No one? Nothing? Well, that says my video feed isn't working. So you can hear me, it's just very low. Can you hear me now? Is that better? It's not saying. It's saying my video capture ate it too. Did it close up? All right, give me 1 sec. I just got my rig back, so sorry. This is a complete, absolute, and utter test to make sure everything's back up and running. And obviously, it's not. Let me see about my camera. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Everyone gets to deal with me being a complete mess today. 1 second. Okay, video. Now, can you see that cam capture? No. Why not? Done. Because it is below. There we go. So you can see that. Yeah, no, I'm actually going to start streaming a lot more now. The place that I was living had kids and things were loud and it was always chaos. And now, new streaming environment, got my rig set up. We're kind of ready. I missed the last couple weeks because my machine was anything but good, you know. It was kind of choking out. So it seems like my Twitch page is weird. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to kill that. Oh, it was? Oh, oh shit. Hold on. Everybody calm down. No, we don't need the code page. Oh my goodness gracious. Here, let me drag this over here so I can see what's going on. Yeah, no, like I said, it was a little strange. I had the setup and stuff was kind of difficult. Now, living alone allows for a little bit more freedom when it comes to that, of when I can and all of it. Yeah, so it's good. No complaints, really. New home, new streaming space. What's missing? We want that Twitch turned off. There we go. All right, now where's Restream? Restream's here. Okay, so that is looking okay. Can everyone hear me? I mean, you can hear me, I'm assuming? Or is it still low? Because it looks like I'm getting bars. All right. Okay. Slightly in the way there. Okay, there we go. Right? We can hide that one. Good. Yay! That's a big bonus. Now, let's turn Twitch back on. Twitch is acting like an idiot for me. Close window. There we go. Well, let's see. Does that help? How about that? Does that help? Oh, we just redlined. Let's see. Is that a little better? Oh, okay. Am I getting... No, you need to close, Twitch. You are being screwy. All right, cool. I'm glad we're exit Twitch. That's what we need to do. And let me re-enter Twitch. Well, really, this is just a test to make sure that my camera's working. Got a new camera. the sound system, but I got a new video capture card and new video cards and new drives, and my computer's been down for about, pushing a week and a half. So, needless to say, oh, there we are. Okay, good. Okay, that's behaving much better. That's live. I don't think I'm live on YouTube because I didn't get that weird little... YouTube makes it difficult. Or not YouTube, Facebook. This guy, though, is this old... Like, I figure tomorrow on Pixelogic I'll work on monsters. And I have this guy. He's not posed yet, but we're just kind of working on him. He's kind of funny and cartoony, and then weird. Okay, my poor power supply. I need. We ordered a big one. I have a 1500 watt power supply in my computer, and my ABS backup isn't that strong, so it's really funny when I make my processors work. Watch this. It's really humorous. Yeah. So needless to say, new power supply is coming, but we're waiting. So I figured I'd work on this guy tomorrow and today. Just big, weird, monstery, goofy thing. But I also have these guys too. I like this guy. I might work on him only because beep beep, because then I can finish his little things. Being Halloween and all, I figured we might as well stick to the spirit. Really? That's gonna make me crazy. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Not doing a lot, just futzing off. I know. It's really tragic, though. Right. So I hadn't planned on really streaming too much today, but I think that what I'm going to start doing is at least twice a week, and then schedule in some crit stuff. So we're doing critiques at least once of those weeks, because we need some critiquing out here. Hey David, how's it going? Okay, that's too high. How are you doing, sir? Oh, that maybe I can muffle that beep. That's tragic. Yeah, so I'll get everything organized like over the next couple, like next week, and I'll have a posted schedule and a little bit more concise social media attack. You know, I'm working on this one, guys. If anyone knows me, I have absolutely no savvy for social media, and in some ways I include this in social media. So yeah, it's pretty rocking, actually. It's a 3-level loft. It's nice. My business partners sort of had it, and they're like, here, work from here. And I'm like, okay, who am I to say no to that, right? I mean, it's a pretty wonderful space. And they're good people. We got things going. It's good. But yeah, it's just... Here's the bass guy. Or at least this is one of them. Weird little, kind of lumpy guy. And so I've been playing around with him. Boop. There you go. This guy's a little more architectural, so little architectural separations. You know, I'm pretty excited. I mean, the printers and stuff are moving in here this week. Did that die again? There's got to be a way to keep that on. Okay, that's going to be something I need to sort out. There we go. That should stay on, It's an SLR, so it's so it's trying to figure out, I mean, the image quality of this sucker is awesome. Look at this. Hold on. Video capture. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, here we go. Over slowly. Video capture device. There we go. Look at the quality of that. It's impressive, isn't it? Well, it times out because it's it's a DSLR, so I don't think it. There's obviously in the video setting somewhere I can change it to this is the easiest way to do this. There we go. Webcam. See, did I just I unplugged it. Look at me go. Okay, hold on. This is my life, guys. I'm trying here. Okay. Is it working again? Oh, man. Oh, and that's all right. See, these are the things I need to work out before I go live. So I need to figure out. Go to the next battery then, Dorcas. All right, working on it. Give me a second here. All right. Now is my webcam still screwed? Yeah, it's not even coming in as an option. Okay, so here we go. I killed something. I know, this is exciting streaming. I don't want to hear streaming at its finest right here. I know it. Wow, everybody making noise. You're right, I'm gonna get real annoyed by it really quick, I assure you. Okay, webcam. Is it really, did I really just tear it out of the wall or something? I killed my webcam. That's not even registering. Oh my God, stop that. Well, okay. I officially just killed my little webcam. And now what we need to do yes, new studio. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna do a quick Google search. I know you guys get to be patient because this is my sad, sad state of affairs. How to keep live view on Nikon D850 from timing out. Okay, that's not it. Switches from live view, but when shooting video using Atmos, which we have, press menu, navigate to go to timer AE lock and say no limit. Ha ha ha. All right. Menu. Timers AE lock. Live view in continuous mode. What did it say? It's broadcasting my timers AE lock. Press menu. Go to timers, then to monitor off. Monitor off delay. Woohoo, look at that. Score. You saw it here first. Problem solving. All right, look at that. Right? It looked like we followed the directions. We'll see. Give it 10 minutes and we'll see if it times out. Where's my stylus? I still killed my webcam. I don't know what I did. I was going to give you a nice view of the studio. Well, I guess well, it's attached to the camera. It's a little harder, but. So, loft. Secondary loft. And then we're on the second floor. You can see sort of down there. There's the kitchen and all that stuff down there. So New studio. Woohoo! All right. Okay. Was that edifying for everyone? Right? How do I add a game achievement? Whoop, 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 doodle-loo-loo. Oh shit, still lost my stylus. I know, this is some pretty damn awesome streaming. I know that everyone is completely overwhelmed. You know. My glove. Right. Crazy. All right. Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's a Wacom. It's Wacom. This is the older 24. Hopefully we will be getting one of the new ones when they come out, one of the 32s. They're pretty exciting. Or they appear to be pretty exciting. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think the plan is that I will start streaming. Well, every Monday is on Pixelogic, but then start streaming 2 regular days here, and then just random hits. You know, whenever I'm not doing something. So I'm about to start my new website. Oh shit, that's not it. Which is my education stuff. So I'm going to be starting an education website because I've been teaching live up to this point. And live is great, but live limits how many people I can have functionally in a class. And I think that, like, Shane Olson has really convinced me that doing it modularly so everyone can work at their own pace and then participate in the live, like I'll do live crit sessions and then participate in the crits as well as the community, you know, and then that way we can have a lot more people active in the community. And I think this year I'm going to start doing a little bit more stuff out in the world as far as like doing trade shows and stuff. We have a few people that are talking about wanting me to demo at the trade shows, sculpting live. And so we'll start doing that, get the education stuff up and going. And yeah, it should be good. I'm hoping. Because that way I'll be able to touch a lot more people modularly than live. Because, I mean, we start running crits. I do 8 to 12 hour crits, and I mean, that's fine. But I think that if we do a crit like every other week, we'll get some pretty good participation. And yeah. So stream's running good. Everyone can hear what I'm saying. Everyone can see what I'm doing. The video's not timing out. It's been 2 weeks since I streamed on Pixelogic. My poor computer, it was sad. Awesome. it was having real problems. I mean, I haven't streamed on Pixelogic for 2 weeks, but for the 2 weeks before that, all it was us diagnosing my computer problems. So I think that the wait was well worth it. Well, it's because I'm not doing this. You could take the sculpting. It's just when I start taxing the video card kicks in and starts pulling amperage, and my poor battery backup's like, "You're killing me over here." That is the battery backup screaming for its existence. And since we put a new video card in, it definitely it screams a little. And how are our fine viewers doing today? Anyone doing anything fun and interesting out there? Well, that's fun and interesting, right? Well, it'll get there eventually. I know right now I'm not being super creative, right? It's so funny. I had Twitch on, and you look at it, and I guess TwitchCon 2018 is going or something right now, but I don't know if you know this. There's this girl, Lily Pichu, and she's a cute little Asian girl, right? Look at this. 13,000 people are watching her walk around a convention. Look at this. Now it's going to make us, wow, look at her. She's all advertising MasterCard and Grubhub. But literally, she's just walking around a convention. 13,000 people are watching her. Crazy. I don't understand. I'll admit, I have yet to wrap my head around the Twitch world in the sense of where people will sit and watch other people play video games and stuff. I'll admit, I don't get it. I'm too old to get it. Yeah, under normal circumstances, I do jewelry here as well. It's just Halloween, so I figured we'd do some monsters. But this is really for tomorrow. This really is just a big, is it working? See, I would have looked silly if my camera kept timing out tomorrow, wouldn't I? What kind of jewelry work do you do? Cool. Yeah, the Pixelogic stream's fun. They're super good people. And we're building more and more jewelry tools in ZBrush. It's pretty exciting that they're so responsive to helping, their users get a better experience out of it every time. It's pretty rad. They are a special group of people in my book. Well, that's why we're here. I will gladly answer any questions you have about it and get you kind of more familiar. Because if I have my way, over the next 2 years, ZBrush is going to become a much more integral part of the jewelry industry. We're going to do a full court press here. I don't know if we're quite going to be ready this show season, but by next show season, we're going to have a little bit more of a concerted push. It's exciting. Lots of really interesting kind of tools and features coming. This is the first year GIA has taught ZBrush in their curriculum, so that's exciting. Yeah, it's only been 13 years of me standing out here naked in the forest screaming, "Hey!" It is. Well, it is, but it's kind of, no one likes to admit it because, let's face it, Stoller has a hold on the industry in a lot of ways, and Matt is a wee bit of a tyrannical personality and doesn't like to be countered and is more than willing to come buy your company and throw it to the side of the ground, and, just all around good guy. And so it'll be interesting to see what's going on. They just ditched the Matrix user group. So now Matrix users don't have a forum anymore. There are 3D forums that are out there, but not officially Matrix anymore. On the 10th, they killed it. So, yeah, like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how we played it out, because 13 years ago, I got a piece of jewelry out of ZBrush, and it has been a fight ever since. I'm like, this is going to be a powerful tool. Yeah, so I think, and I mean, this is just, insanely expensive now. And, your upgrades are insanely expensive. And, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to try to start pushing Matrix Gold, which is sort of a even simpler, more WYSIWYG version of Matrix. And because with Stoller, I mean, they bought Matrix so they could get not Digital Goldsmith, but Countersketch. And the Countersketch is just supposed to be a direct loop into their manufacturing pool, right? So Matrix required education in some ways to use. And they just, I mean, at the end of the day, they don't really want you to be a good designer. They want you to funnel your work to them. And so how do you turn that into a funnel? And so, it's interesting, to see what they've been doing and how they're doing it. So we will see, but things are getting interesting for sure. Exactly. Well, and that's the thing about like Countersketch is that, you have the illusion of being able to create custom, if it worked, as streamlined as it should, it's actually a brilliant tool for the ability to, if you have a mom and pop shop or, even a shop you just, you don't want to pay real CAD people to work at, you should be able to take Countersketch and generate pieces where the viewer or the client has at least some feeling like they participated in the creation of it. And there you go. Now you have pseudo custom, and your client's happy, and everyone's happy, and happy. But unfortunately, systems don't usually work that smoothly. Yeah, that's exactly the reason. I think that in some ways we're going to have another kickback, because let's face it, the jewelry industry is boring to death. I mean, creativity is not rewarded or even desired for the most part. They want something that's easy to produce, that's easy to sell. And, there comes a point where, a 2-leaf bypass is just not going to be something that anyone cares about. I don't know. I have faith that at some point here we're going to have a kickback to craftsmanship and artistry. Because now, with the manufacturing tools that we have, we can make things high quality, affordable, and not rocket science to generate. So that's my goal, to start an American jewelry art movement. I don't want anything big. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, especially in bridal, let's face it, it's not like people are paying less. I mean, it's not something that you get from Stoller is not cheaper than something you're going to just make on your own. I mean, if anything, the prices are going up on that craft because craft is dying. I mean, the real craftsmen are few and far between. I mean, I don't know if you know, but I mean, do you know how hard it is to find a stone setter without like going completely broke? Because the people who are good charge a fortune, because let's face it, no one cares about quality. So you can sell absolute garbage, get away with it, right? I mean, it's unfortunately the desire, like you said, for not just affordability, but downright cheap stuff has apexed, I think. I think we will have a kickback at some point, because there's just so much garbage that somehow or another you're going to have to, you put something out that, I mean, I don't know if you've seen, here, let's go look at this. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. That's Andrea Hill. Andrea interviewed me for an interview, sort of in response to this. So this is the line of jewelry I designed with my friend Karen. And I mean, we have nice, well-designed, high detail, and it's cheap. I mean, these are the expensive ones. Hold on, where? Hoops at 90, 75, 85, 75. I mean, not expensive stuff. And it's well designed. Yeah. Like I said, Andrea interviewed me for a response article to that one. I know she got busy, so I don't know when that's coming, but you will soon get to hear my answers about that dilemma. Because I really do think it's true. But I mean, this is a prime example, right? $75 for a hoop that's well designed. I mean, we went and looked at, quote unquote, our competition, and it's garbage. I mean, it's garbage. And this stuff, you get nice, ornate, lovely forms. And, yeah, I don't know. You can do it, make things affordable, and make money. It's not such a horrible thing that by charging those prices, we're cutting ourselves dead. No, we're not. Modern manufacturing is beautiful, man. You don't have to kill yourself to be able to make something affordable. The problem is that real value means nothing, because no matter what it costs them to make, let's face it, a lot of these companies are going to charge you a fortune because of, the concept of perceived value. And I'm a firm believer in perceived value, don't get me wrong. Because let's face it, in jewelry, we're all using the same stuff. I mean, what's the only thing that's really different as far as quality goes is also posable symmetry. You could try posable. Yeah, what? Okay. I thought I just got a warning from my I get so confused. There's so much information going on that I don't pay that much attention to. Oh. I see. All right. I was like, wait a minute, I just crashed, but I didn't. It's funny. There's going to have to be a real paradigm shift in what people expect from products that they purchase, as well as the industry ponying up and deciding that, it's not just a race to the bottom and how much we can get for the least amount of anything that we put into it. And like I said, we're all using the same metals. It's all the same stuff. The only real differences are, well, one, the quality of stones. And I think we all know that diamonds are one of the most overrated, enforced markets on the planet. But, yes, you can have quality of stones that change dramatically the price of your piece. But let's face it, people aren't even using like magnificent stones. It's just absurdity. It's just this, like I said, it's just a race for the friggin' bottom. And, some of us are out there going to try and change that. Like I said, it's been 13 years I've been trying to get this thing into the jewelry industry so there can be, without dramatic amount of effort, you can get real, one sec, sorry. yeah, it's just, end of the day, it just really is effort. What are we willing to try to do, And I think that for me, I'm starting this education site, which is ZBrush Jewelry Workshops. All that'll be on my page here real soon. I've been racing to get my computer just to work again, let alone organize myself. But, let's get people understanding what can be done. And I also have a few plans about trying to get people from the ZBrush world into the jewelry world. So the people who are now taking, some of these jobs are people's third cousins. I mean, you hear the story all the time. Oh, who's doing your CAD? Oh, we paid for my nephew. He likes computer games, And, think about this. Tens of thousands of seats a month are being sold to ZBrush. And less than 1% of those people are going to be able to get a job. Hey, Ash, there you go. Well, so far, we just got the camera not to turn off. And I killed my webcam, so I can't use it. I'll reboot and see what can happen. But all in all, man, it's doing pretty good. I need a new ABS because you'll like this. Are you ready? So anytime the video card kicks in, it starts to draw too much power for that ABS. So I did order a new one. But it's going to take a day or two to get here. So I'm now just don't move things around so much because, yeah. And then I'm just working on monsters. I like this guy back here. What? Right? Oh, wow. Yeah, so as you can see, this has been just me carving weird faces all over this guy. I might work on this guy tomorrow. Hold on. I like him because... Wait, no, it's this one. Oh, no, it's that one. Because, see, he has little mouths and eyes on his fingers. Just me sitting around being weird, Ash. That's what's going on around here. But I was telling everyone that I plan to start streaming a lot more. So that'll be good. And, start printing some of these dumb things out. We might have a vinyl toy manufacturer. I'm talking to you. And start generating some vinyl toy love. No, things are going to start kicking around here, I think. I'm hoping. And then, yes, it's just sitting and making videos. They've convinced me to do the modular education system. Shane Olson has called me an idiot one too many times. I must convert. Thanks, son. It's literally just doodling. So yes, the education thing will be, I'm very much hoping by the end of the year we'll have it sorted out. Ash, when you have a little free time, we should pass monsters around. That'd be fun. Well, let's hope so, man. It's like at the summit we had really good meetings with ZBrush and some really cool stuff's coming, I think. And yeah, it's exciting. Like I said, I've been out here yelling for 13 years. This will work in the jewelry industry, and I think people are starting to listen. So, yeah. Oh, the other thing that we're probably putting downstairs, Ash, is a t-shirt printer. and a big vinyl printer. So if you have good images, we can print t-shirts. Come on, that's fun, right? Oh, that'll be too much fun. Well, you have to promise that you will be a guest streamer with me. Well, hopefully soon enough, man. Because you know what's good about factories? When one thing's slow, another thing's not. I am sick of making other people rich, Ash. Fuck making other people rich. Well, unless you're getting rich too. I have no problems making other people rich. I'm tired of... Hold on. You didn't get the tour. 1 second. So, this is the command station. That's the balcony. Toys. Sleeping loft. Stairs. That goes down. And then, hold on, let's see if I can do this without tearing things out of the walls. And then there's an entire downstairs, and that's where we're going to turn all that into the, printers and all that crap. All right. There we go. Right? Not bad. Yeah. Not bad at all. Let us just say, yeah. Yeah, so living will go up there. This will be studio, and then downstairs it'll be manufacturing. Yeah. And then smoking loft for those who smoke. So as you can see, Ash, we got good things going. When you start adding eyes into things, you lose track of anatomy. No, so it's looking pretty good. And it's nice because it's quiet. I'm right downtown Seattle, no complaints. So don't be silly. I'm going to hit you up. You're going to make images. Pimp some swag, ass. Ashley, we are going to pimp some swag. Hey, hey, hey. We're in negotiations to actually get sponsored by Nikon because they have a new, I think so. Earlier we had a few issues, but I think I resolved them. And I think I will be ready to stream tomorrow. I know it's been so long. I think people have forgotten me. No one will remember me, Ash. It's tragic. Yep, I did. New video cards, new drives, a new video capture card, RAM. It got a good overhaul. It was in a sad state of affairs there for a minute, but we got new SSDs. I'm easily forgettable. Okay, well maybe I understand easily why people would want to forget. Yeah, no, the driver works now. I don't know what was going on, but that was 2 weeks of living hell. I just love that last week, I honestly thought I was just going to sign on and apologize to everybody. And they kept me on until 1 a.m. and I couldn't even sculpt. I was like, all right. Yeah, no issues with the drivers. I have a couple new contacts down at Wacom, so hopefully all of that will be sorted soon. And I know, right? 1 o'clock. Can't even sculpt. People just asking questions. I was like, that's funny. Yeah, no complaints, man. Things are steadily moving forward. Cannot complain about that. Uh-oh, lazy mouse. Even though I do have to work out music again. Since I wasn't streaming that often, I wasn't using my music services, so I think all of those expired. I'm going to have to go in and get a music service of some sort again. Oh, just making weird things. Bye, Ash. We'll talk soon. Thanks for dropping by. If people don't know who A Cubed is, that's Ashley. She's an incredibly talented woman. And you're so good about it. How do I get your thing up there? Is it just A Cubed at Twitch? Did you already go, Ash? Hold on. I know how to do this somehow. There it is. Here we go. No, that's chat history. Okay, creative. Is it just A Cubed? Is it just Twitch A Cubed? Damn it. Well, on Twitch, look up A Cubed. She's so good at this. She knows how to copy and paste things. Okay, I suck at this game. All right. Yeah. We love Ashley. She is a badass. Yeah, he's kind of fun. I think he's entertaining for sure. I'm just thinking right now that I probably should pose him now before I get too far along here. Okay, it is just a cube. All right. Thank you, Oil. And how are you doing, sir? Love water. Good. Has everything been going well? Okay. That's a beautiful thing. ZBrush is really pretty darn awesome. I keep trying to tell people that, and they're finally listening. I think I started to gain momentum really about, what, 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. Might have been a little older than that. It's whenever we did the Palladium Alliance stuff. That got a lot of people were very interested in those pieces. Oh, this isn't too high. This is about, what, 5.6 million? Normally, like these were done on, these were done in a much earlier version of ZBrush. So, what are you using? Oh, the sand, obviously. Is it sand texture, or are you having like a are you having a wow, what was that? Oh, cool. The whole that's a new thing. All of those little streamy things are tied into this well, what do you call it, interface thing. What are we holy crapping? Well, if it's not, are they going in? Are they pits or are they bubbles? Are they going into the surface of the part, or are they on the outside of the part? Do you have an image? So are they bubbles on top of the surface, or are they pits in the surface? because that'll tell you a lot about where the issues are. Ooh, we're gonna try something. Wait, duplicate. Now I had to remove my Tessimate button because Tessimate crashed every time. But we are going to try Tessimate. You can do it. You can do it. All right. What are we at? 400,000. Divide. Well, here, let's look at it. Yeah, because that means it's coming out of your part and breaking the surface of your investment. So it's attacking the surface of the sand, right? Does that make sense? I'm like looking at this. Does that make sense? So when your part goes in, when you're doing the melt out, either you're not melting out fast enough and you're getting bubbling, or when you melt out, your gas is attacking the investment, is what that is. All right. Let's look at that mesh. What do we got? I have no idea what it is, honestly. It's just a freak show. Hold on, let me divide it again. And we will divide it again. And then we will project. Oh, there it goes. Think hard. That is going to make me insane. Is that as annoying to you guys as it is to me? Yeah, of course. I just haven't been doing a lot of figurative work much at all recently. But yeah, no, I actually used to do a lot of figurative sculpting, and now the jewelry just doesn't call for too much of it. See that right there? That's what's pulling wattage. 100% of my CPU. Are my cores burning up? Where is core temp? Yeah. So that's pulling 100. So that's 32 cores at 3.2 hertz I'm pulling. No one's super hot. No. It's not going to blow up. That's what it's designed to do. work. See? Boop. We're back. Nah. Pshaw. That's called making your machine work for you, my friend. Oh no. Did I do it the wrong way? I did. Okay, hold on. Undo that. I projected the... this is supposed to project to that. Here, you know what we'll do it this way. All right. Project all. We'll do it in sections. Oh, I definitely need a better machine. Trust me. But I've been pricing better machines, and I think I can get into one for about $34,000. But they have a quad core, so a 21 quad core, right? So that's what? 22, 84 cores that could multi-stream. So it's a functioning, 160, whatever. Nah. Only when you try to do dumb things like project them. But see, there you go. Projected just fine. We'll just do it in sections. Boop. Project all. No, my machines, I think they were i7s maybe. I mean, my machine's pushing 5 years old. So, I mean, it's doing just fine for, as old and as hassled as it has been. I am not nice on hardware. So, what I'm trying to do is as soon as I get out and start doing some of these trade shows and like on this start to get, more streaming, I'm trying to get one of the hardware companies to sponsor me, because it'd be nice to get that as opposed to, let's see what we got here. Come on, you can do it. The legs aren't sculpted yet, so I don't have to be too weird about them. Let's do this guy. I think this guy's my favorite. He's like, hey. Okay. That's just rough. That's real annoying. Since this is a directional microphone, is that really loud to you? Can you really hear that really well? Like as piercing as I hear it? I can't really cover it with like a pillow or anything either, because then it'll just get really hot. It's a beat you can get down to, right? Hello! Directionality in microphones is beautiful then, because that sucks. How we doing? What's funny is you don't realize how often you redline your machine until you have a big loud thing attached to that red lining. There we go. Okay, good, because on this side, it is horrible. All right, look at that. Get back in there and do it from behind, see? Oh, that's annoying. All right. No, we didn't do it. All right, hold on. We need one more part. My bad. Here we go. There we go. Please not so horrible. Oh, fine. Fine, I'll just do it. Well, it'll get better. I'm not hammering, or I shouldn't be hammering my system so horribly for the rest of the night. But yeah, that beat is going to get really old. I don't know how much, well, what time is it? Oh, it's still pretty early, isn't it? Yeah, I'll stream for a little bit longer for sure. Because once again, this was really supposed to just be a test stream. And what we have learned is that sound is annoying. 1, 2, 3. That was close. Boom. Look at that. Done. Ta-da. Plus. Right? Defibrillate that rascal. Oh, that means it's alive and screaming. No, that means my PC wishes it was dead. There's a big difference. I'm not letting it get away that easy. All right, let's look at what you got there, buddy. That's interesting. You are a demented man, my friend. Just saying. Yeah, I wonder what that is. You're not allowed to make clowns of me. Yeah, I think so. That's all crumpled. That'd be my guess, actually. This guy's awesome. Yeah, weird pitting. Sorry, guys. My throat. That could be it. I mean, if they were doing really well and then all of a sudden they went, that's odd. Okay. Well, now I know we can tessellate. My poor computer wouldn't have dealt with that. I don't know what is going on, but tessimation would crash my machine in a heartbeat. So you didn't change your casting process, you just changed the alloy? Well, that's something to think about, especially if they were being good. I'll see if I can get through to Tony and see if he'll look at it too, because he's really the one who knows a lot more about casting than I do. He's the smart one in that arena. Yeah, you may want to try actually a slower, lower burnout and see if you get a better, or even just go back to the one you did before and see if that changes it. Because if you got more aggressive with your burnout, it could be boiling out, or doing something odd where it's fusing to it, or yeah. I haven't done sand casting, so I'm kind of guessing in that context, because yeah, if it's too hot, it'll sort of boil instead of gas, and you can get weird surface anomalies. Anomaly. Boom, 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 boom. Anomaly. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, there we go. Yeah. None of that from you. Yeah. Yeah, what's funny, it's really, things that you think are going to be easy answers in casting never are. I mean, what I discovered about casting is that it is purely art. Depending on the alloy, depending on the humidity of the room, it's crazy. And when you think you have the easy answer, it almost, without a single doubt, is not the right one. I mean, casting is such a persnickety, tricky little... It's a thing in its own right, for sure. Without a doubt. No, it's a tricky, weird little bugger for sure. Awesome. No, they're awesome. I was crying laughing. They're hysterical. Right? Without a damn doubt. All I know is I used a lot of Super Sculpey in my day. Well, used a lot of Sculpey, and then they came out with Super Sculpey and used a lot of Super Sculpey. Man, if I had this in 3D printers 21 years ago, that'd be heaven on earth. Sitting there doing all that damn... This is so much more fun. Oh, thanks. I'm just futzing around. This wasn't supposed to be anything real. This was a test stream to make sure my new rig and everything's working. Tomorrow I'll stream on Pixelogic, so I just wanted to make sure that everything was up and running. But what's exciting is being in the new loft, I can actually start streaming again because we have bandwidth. I don't have kids, so yeah. No, you're telling me, man. So I'm looking forward to being back streaming. I missed it. Yeah. Yep, this is. It's pretty nice. And it's quiet. And it has gigabit service. So we have a lot of bandwidth. Yeah, it's pretty rad actually. It's no joke, it's nice. And we're gonna bring a bunch of printers and stuff in and start doing swag and start doing all kinds of stuff. Start to get a little bit more productive. While because I'm not doing a lot of freelance work right now because I'm trying to do my education platform, which means I'm doing a lot of educational videos, which doesn't really allow for a lot of time for freelance. So if we get this turning into where we can do some simple swag stuff and little figures and stuff from all the models I already have, we can just start getting stuff producing. And then I can work on the education thing, get it done soon. I'd like to have it done by the end of the year, honestly. And then, yeah. Well, as I said, we will be much more regular now. Well, I was house sitting down at the farm, and there was just no bandwidth there. And then when I was in Spain, there was no bandwidth there. And, you know, and you need a minimum amount of bandwidth to be able to stream. And I was just struggling. Just wasn't happening. And now, hold on, let's do a speed test. Oh, it's a little slow. It must be because I'm streaming, maybe. Because last night we were up to almost 400. I do. I used to stream a little bit more when I was over here. But there we go. We're getting a little bit more speed there. See my tragically slow internet. Yeah, but I was in a couple places that didn't really have good bandwidth. And so I sort of stopped streaming for me. But now I'm in the new place and it's quiet. I can work and have a new camera, have a new rig sort of set up, and I'm going to start streaming quite a bit more just because I'm trying to develop a different branded identity, and also when the education platform gets sorted out, we'll start doing crits and things like that online. So yeah, I'll be here more. Yay. I enjoyed streaming. I think it's fun. Especially, like on Pixelogic, I feel like I have to be pseudo-professional in the sense of sharing information and, you know, being helpful. Where here, it's just me yabbering, so I feel no pressure here. Not, as you can tell, like I feel a lot of pressure at Pixelogic. But no, it's nice. And if we work out some of the sponsorship deals that we want to work out with, the streaming will become an integral part of that. I really want to get sponsored by a Japanese whiskey company so I can sit here and drink whiskey. That sounds like a plan to me. So you'll have to come and spend more time with me now that I'll be here more. Nope. Nope. I am not paid by Pixelogic. I love them. We do, I mean, the live streaming all of us do for Pixelogic is really, for the community. Pixelogic has done everything in their power to help me turn this into a tool for jewelry design. And, they make plugins for me and with me. So I am more than willing to give 1 day a week to Pixelogic. Because I'll tell you what, they are absolutely awesome people. There are very few companies I've ever met in my life that care about the people who use it, No, they're a good group of people. I don't think Ulfa really gets enough credit for what he's created. I mean, the ZBrush community is magic, and there are so very few of them in the world because, obviously they want to make profit, but I have never seen a company that is more driven to make the user happy and not just their pocketbooks happy. And especially a company that's been around, I've been using ZBrush for 13 years, I guess. And I think that I paid, if I remember correctly, like $675 for ZBrush. And that was 13 years ago. And I've never paid for an upgrade. Think about that for a second. How many companies do you know that, one, have kept the price of their product relatively the same for 13 years? No, actually, I'm a jeweler. I work in the product. I do product design, basically. So here. I will show you what I do. Like I do things like this. Jewelry. Jewelry. Rocking chairs. Jewelry. Weird card holders. Jewelry. There's a bunch of stuff for William Henry. Here, let's go back here. Boom. So this is all William Henry stuff, custom stuff, things I did for Nike, this table, kind of weird, trippy figures, right? So that's kind of what I do. Well, no, because then they can't pay people. Yeah, I do actually. That's what we were just talking about. Hold on here. Let's go. make awesome stuff. I don't know. I kind of suck at ArtStation. Hold on, let's see how many people are following me on ArtStation. I really suck at social media, so I'm not the best person to ask about that. Here, let's go here. See, I only have 476 followers on ArtStation. Facebook, I have tens of thousands of people. This is the jewelry thing, so we have 2,000 people here. Home 495. So I've been deleting people so I can have more people add. So I'll have to go back in and delete some people because they only allow you to have 5,000 friends. And then where's the other one? Home. This one has how many people? I think this is in that 2,500 range or 2,000. 2,000 people here. And it's just because I suck at social media. I mean, hold on, here's how many people do I have here? Oh, that's I just started that. I had to claim Zebra's Jewelry Workshops. Hold on, where's my... Oh, well, as you can see, I don't even know how to work it. So I kind of suck at the social media. But once again, all of this should change this year. You know what about ArtStation? Honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, stop. What does the www do if I don't do it? Yeah, I have a Twitter page, but I never tweet. I don't like I had it going to Twitter. This is what was frustrating, right? It says your post go to Twitter. Hold on. Like when you're doing the multi-posty thing. Because I sure as hell ain't going to go and post on everything and its brother. I don't have that kind of patience. Like why I'm good at what I do is because I do it and I don't tweet. Nobody wants my Twitter anyway. Can you imagine me twittering? It's what's happening. Turds. See, I only have 191 tweets, but this is what kills me. Look, it doesn't post the pictures of the things I post. It, like, okay, did it start doing, right? I mean, what the hell? That's not very good. See, so from ArtStation, it posts the pictures, but if you're doing it as a crossover from Instagram, it doesn't actually post the friggin'... Oh, that's new. So is this post... Oh, interesting. So these are... that's interesting. Okay, I can't say that I know exactly why that's happening. So is this going? Oh wait, let's go all the way down here. Is this going to Twitter? Like, I don't remember doing any of this. Oh. So when I post on ArtStation, it posts to Twitter. Instagram does not. God only knows what was going on there. That's when I was in London. I crashed. Why does it have me responding from? That's funny. It sends it to me on YouTube. All right, whatever. So I suck at social media. Well, I see you. And my Twitch stream says I'm still streaming. I'm so confused. I'm showing up on Ashley's page. Oh, where's my profile? No, not profile. Channel. What says I'm still here? Am I wrong? Oh, okay. Sorry. Maybe I misunderstood what was going on. You're confusing me, man. Freaking me out, yo. Well, I was a physical sculptor before I was ever introduced to ZBrush. I sculpted in the film industry for some untold teens of years, and then I was a sculptor before that. I sculpted stuff for Rob Partha and stuff like that when I was younger, and then I did miniatures and all kinds of weird crap, and then went into the industry and sculpted on 20-something feature films, and then I left the film industry and decided to make my own stuff. And yeah, I've been doing jewelry for about 14 years. And ZBrush, I just kind of taught myself. Well, I will admit, I bought Meet Myers's 3 CD set on, because I tried, just teaching myself for a while. And I got okay, but there's just tons of stuff I had no idea. Because, I didn't come from the computer end of it at all. So, there was just stuff I had no idea what it was. And then I bought Meet Myers's CD, and I watched through it a few times, and then the handful of things I didn't kind of know about, I got a good grasp on, and then it was literally sculpting, just sculpting, and some more sculpting, and then you can sculpt some, and then it's sculpting. To give you an idea, here, let's just look at this. So these are all the drives. You can see how many of them are redlined. This is a 10 terabyte drive that is just my quick saves. I quick save every 30 minutes. And there are 3,430 here because I've been going and sorting them. So these are the unsorted quick saves. They're still well above 3,000. And yeah, I sculpt. That's really the key. And you develop a hand for it. You start to, you just get better as you go along. And I was a sculptor, so I knew how to use tools, and then it just became figuring out how to get my physical tools to translate into digital tools. And that took a long time. But yeah, it's just honestly, it's persistence. It's just man hours. You're never going to get good at anything you don't put a ton of hours into. I don't know. Okay, so what's really funny, so do you guys see, oops. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, you do. That's funny. Okay. I forgot there's a lag. I'm like, why is it showing up in my Streamlabs, but it's not showing up there? I'm like, never mind. Once again, me being a dipshit. And those of you who aren't used to me streaming, I'm a dipshit a lot, so it's something you'll get used to. But yeah, I think the number one way is just being persistent. And like when I start teaching, I teach a little, like my process is a little backwards compared to a lot of other people's processes. But I think my system's sort of catching on a little, especially since printing is now something that is more accessible to most people. Because when I started, I mean, my printer was $25,000. There was no such thing as a $5,000 printer option, you know? So, yeah, now with printing, you have to think about models a little differently than you would if you were just doing, hey, yap. If you were just doing, what do you say? Like just monsters and stuff for games or film. How we deal with the end results are pretty dramatically different. So you have to have control over your geometry a little bit more than you would normally. So that's how my workflow developed, and you know, it's a thing, you know. Some people disagree with me. I'm sure lots of people disagree with me. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we make some of the cleanest models in the market, and it's because of how you conceive of your model is really what's going to be good for you, you know. So man hours, that's end of the day, that's what it all is. Sure, I'd be more than happy to critique it. Printing completely depends on my printing schedule. We do print for my rent, so but yeah, no, without a doubt, I'd gladly critique it, and then we can talk about what kind of printing you're looking for. Do you want to critique it live here? I have a I wasn't quite prepared. I don't have a Dropbox set up. What are you doing? Will you be around tomorrow? Okay, I was going to say, if you're around tomorrow, I can make sure that I have a Dropbox set up for people to, you know, give me models, and then I can critique them from there. It's one of the things I'm going to start doing on Pixelogic is once a month, or as it may get popular, I might start doing a special day for it as well. Doing critiques of work, because I think we need more critiques out there that are, I mean, legitimate critiques, not just well, that's okay. I mean, you know, whatever you're doing with it, there's a reason. I would say that what Core is a beautiful thing to learn if you want ZBrush, you know. And if you do like ZBrush and you plan to use it, I would, hey Palma, I would upgrade as soon as you can afford it if you do like it, because there are certain features in the actual ZBrush that are not in Core that if you're going to printing and stuff like that, they're just invaluable. There's no way around them. But if you're just out and discovering, then yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. In fact, it's a golden opportunity to be able to get in and, start playing. Yeah. Palma, this is my test stream. Since we sort of rebuilt the beast, I need to make sure that everything's running fine before I stream tomorrow. And then, since I'm in my new place, I can now start streaming again because we have bandwidth and there's a lot of things that it doesn't have. I mean, the Boolean tools, some of the advanced tooling is something that is absolutely, without a doubt, invaluable. And if you're going to do this, even pseudo-professionally, I'd say you will, when you can afford it, upgrade without a question, because there are a handful of tools that are just, make ZBrush more and more powerful every day. Oh, dude, let me tell you, I had a frickin' coronary. Like I said, I've been looking at how much it would cost to just out and out replace my machine, and we're talking like on the cheap end, like $18,000. And if I really wanted to do a substantial upgrade, it would cost me, $27,000 to $32,000 to replace my machine, upgraded, because unfortunately upgrading means quadro video cards, and there you go. There's $8,000 down the drain. But I got what we needed. Got new video card and stuff, new drives. I'm all SSD now, and that's good. Now that you can save quick saves to a different drive, it became much better. Let's say. I forgot how to get my YouTube connected. I know you have to go in streaming and stuff, but this was once again more like an equipment test. So next time I should be streaming through everybody. Try to get some more people involved here. So what's funny about that? $760. So 13 years ago, I paid about $100 less than that. So in 13 years, the price of this program has gone up $100, and I've never paid for an upgrade. That is pure madness. Ulfer, you're my hero. You've given me a goal in life, is to be as good a man as you are. I'm dead serious about that. Oh, well, you're buying me a new PC. I'll take one. I'm not saying I'm holding on to my machine because I have some misguided foible of, no, it's much better than it was. If anyone knows anyone at Puget Systems, trying to convince them to sponsor me. I'm willing to take a $74,000 quad-core machine any day of the week. No, just model and core. There's nothing wrong with it. No, core is a perfectly functional, usable thing. And you own it. Of course do it, because it's going to get you used to the interface. It's going to get you used to the tools. And, it's still an incredibly powerful tool. I just don't, it doesn't have the Boolean tools and stuff in it, does it? I know, right? It's ridiculous. At the summit this year, I talked to Olford. I was just like, you were like one of the greatest people in the world. I don't think people understand. He could charge twice as much for this program. They could charge for upgrades. They could do all kinds of stuff. And he really does care. And that's something you just don't get. I've never used Blender. I mean, to be fair, I'm the concept of me trying to learn a different software package makes me want to shoot myself in the head. So people are like, oh, have you tried this? Well, no, I haven't. Am I going to? No, probably not. I mean, if you're trying to work in 10 different software packages and stuff, you're never going to get good. I'm sorry. I mean, let's say if I were to shift to Blender or something like that, I'd have a much better chance of getting good at it because, well, I have, experience with some of the stuff and this and that. I understand basic stuff with the computer, blah, blah, blah. But man, if you're just learning, pick something and learn it. And if you're going to pick a computer sculpting program, I think you'd be a fool not to choose ZBrush. Like I said, I've never used Blender. There are people who swear by Blender, and that's cool. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just telling you this. If there's anyone I believe in as far as a developer who is going to continue to change the program to be better every year, every upgrade is no joke. It's a real upgrade. They put new features in. It's constantly an effort to make the program better. And once again, I'm not saying that, Blender's development people aren't. I know nothing about them. And I mean, honestly, I don't care. I mean, it's like, I don't care about Ford's, development teams. I'm not out buying Fords. I'm a myopic ding dong. And I'll tell you what, man. There is, like I said, I don't know a company that cares more about their users than Pixelogic. I can't even pretend to name something. And just that alone gives me faith if I'm going to back a horse or pick something that I'm going to use as a tool for my career. And this is the one I'd pick. And once again, I'm not getting paid. This is just 13 years of experience with a company that, I can honestly say that I don't just believe in the company, but I believe in the product, but I believe in the people in that company are going to do everything in their power to make my experience with this better. End of story. And it's just pure personal experience. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by anyone, none of that. But, we've made jewelry tools. What like animation program or what 3D program is going to listen to its viewers and say, hey, Tomas, sure, why don't we make some, tools for jewelry because you've convinced us that there's a market. I mean, that doesn't happen. Or it very rarely happens. Yeah, I think the Boolean features are not in core, or all of the Boolean features are not. I don't, like in core in the gizmo, do you have all these options? Hold on, come on. Like, you don't have these options, do you? In core? Like, I don't think you get this primitive menu and such. I'm changing that. I'm changing it. It has been 13 years, man. I am going to change that. I have high hopes. ZBrush and jewelry are going to become much more powerful bedfellows here soon. Here? Oh yeah, everything you see here, you can definitely, I'm just sculpting. I'm using 3 brushes so far, I think. You'll find that like 99% of the work I do is done with the clay tubes brush. I just like how the brush reacts. I think it's good for development. So as I sit here and I obviously don't have an agenda here. I don't have an idea of what I'm doing. I'm just sketching. I find that I'll use slash to come in and just do some lines real quick just to kind of give me some ideas. Because slash gives me nice overlapping creases, so it's a good initial crease brush. But for the most part, I don't even cut lines back in for quite a bit. If you'll notice, with clay tubes, I can sit here and as I'm defining my strokes, it allows me to get sort of hard edges. And most of the time, I won't, because this style has these like little blur things in it, right? Like I've sort of established that as a flavor, this stuff. I do need to come back in and use my slash tool more often than I normally would at this stage. But everything right here you can do in core without a doubt. Everything I've been doing so far tonight. Because I'm using one brush and I'm just sculpting. So, without a question, everything you've done here tonight you could do. Right? I love Guyver. Guyver's rad. Yeah, I'm definitely a byproduct of like Guyver and I have Gnomon in my head. What are the damn insect? The guys on like 70s Honda motorcycles. It's like Goman Rider, but I have Gnomon in my head, so that's not it. Help me here. Right. You know what I'm talking about, for God's sake. Oh my God. The horrible thing about this video is it makes me look like a Jabba the Hutt if I lean back. Kamen Rider, thank you. I'm like, it's not Gnomon Rider. I loved all that crap, man. Ultraman. I don't know if you remember Q. What was it? Something Q. It was all the rubber suits from, and then Ultraman used all those rubber suits. It was like it was like the X-Files in the 50s and 60s, but they were these 2 reporters and they'd chase around. It's not just, it's something Q. Well, I mean, technically I'm using a tablet too. Well, I mean, once again, I want, I'm not going back and drawing lines for the most. I mean, like I said, this is a rare occasion. So if I'm trying to get these to be creases, I'm using clay tubes to develop my edges, right? So it gives me good edging capacity to start to define lines in my rough block up because it has those edges. And it's really about edging and then cross-hatching over it, right? And I just think the clay tubes gives me much better control over being able to define right? They were the best, man. That was good stuff. What's really sad is I remember it before Blockbuster, but I'm old. No, I remember getting all kinds of weird toys in Japan, and just, it was the best. I mean, Starship Yamamoto, I mean, come on. Those are some awesome models. But you see, I mean, with clay tubes, like, I can start to define those edges that come in. I just think it gives me a much better control over like where I'm putting detail, right? And how I'm using detail. Right. Exactly. Yeah, I got you by, well, almost 20 years. I turned 49 this year. On November 6th. Yeah, getting close. I'm so not a birthday person. You know, I mean, it's never been a big deal. Well, okay, the other thing you have to remember with clay tubes is I have it turned up really high right now at 15. Normally, I'm working with clay tubes at about 7, right? If you work with clay tubes high, you're going to get a mess. But since I move my brush so much, right, it allows me to slowly build up to surfacing. So if you're making a mess, chances are you have clay tubes up here, and, you know, it's just, it builds up too quick, it's too much. So my guess, if that's the problem you have, I would argue that you're probably working with it turned up too high. Because I even think that that's pretty aggressive. Like, I'll normally work with clay tubes at like 5 to 7, but I'm trying to move some material right now, so it's a little higher than normal. So yeah, if you're making a mess, I would argue, well, thank you. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, clay tubes is all about creeping up on it. Yeah. Lots of strokes, not a lot of power, you know. Yeah, it's funny. You know what? I mean, like, my birthdays were always sort of, I mean, as a kid, I'm sure they were just standard birthdays. You had stuff, but it wasn't like oh, great, I'm going to wait for all year, blah. You know, I mean, I got what I wanted most of the time anyway, so it wasn't like this grand quest. But and I'm sure, you know, as an adult, that's all one thing. And when I was a kid, I was like, no, birthday's the greatest thing in the world. What? But It just wasn't. I don't remember it being that dramatic a day. But, it's like a day you go out and have drinks with some friends and, There's a place called Uber Tavern here in Seattle. And that was sort of our like go-to place. They have great beer. So we just go drink beer. There's a really good cake place here in town. And so get beer, have cake, get drunk, hang out, be mellow. No bar fights. Buy a Cintiq, man. Save up your money, buy a Cintiq. They are the greatest things in the world. And the new ones are so pretty. They're so pretty. But I'm dyslexic. I could never use those friggin' tablets. Like the disassociation from doing something over here and it going on over here, it's just, nah. My poor sad ass could never. It's tragic. It's funny to watch. When I did a live thing with Ryan Kingsling down in Laguna Beach, one of the guys had a tab or an Intuos, and I kept trying to go over and like fix his work and help him with his work and stuff, and oh my god, I thought I was going to commit suicide. It was like so agonizing. I couldn't do it, couldn't figure out how to get it to work. It was just ugh. No. Uh-oh, what are you doing? I did something. What'd I do? What? Well, I mean, the new 27 will fit onto an ergotron arm. You can twist it. I mean, I've had this tank. This is the one that's too heavy for an ergotron. But all of the new ones you can get on an ergotron. You mean you just don't like how you can't move it around? I had that problem when I went to this because this is too heavy for an ergotron. But the new ones supposedly meet the weight. Yeah. Even the 32-inch is under the 40-pound hit. Did you get the right ergotron arm? Or you mean it's just too heavy for you to work on? Yeah, it's funny. It took me a little while to get used to this thing. Because once again, I started on, what was it, the 21UX or whatever. And the ergotron arm and moving it around and such. Yeah, there's a 32-inch. I don't know if they're released yet, but I know a few industry people that have them. But yeah, they're sexy. Yeah, because your tablet, you moved around and such, I can assume. I know a lot of people who work, sort of like this while they're down on it. I've just gotten so used to it being upright that I don't know. It's funny. I just, my posture has become more sort of this angle. Because I know that I used to have that thing down and spin it around and stuff. But I've had this 5 years now, something like that. And oops. Yeah, that was really the thing is, I know this, it makes me look like I'm Jabba the Hutt. Live streaming Jabba. But, yeah, I find that I work with it sort of here. Yeah, I've just kind of gotten used to it. I don't know. I do remember when I first transitioned to it, I almost freaked out because, well, fair enough. But both of the 27 and the 32 are both light enough for the Ergotron XT or EX. Just make sure it's the one that can handle the 40 pounds, because I think both the 27 and the 32 come in right at that 40-pound mark, if I remember correctly. How long have you had it? Is it a new thing? A lot of it is just getting used to it, honestly. Like I said, I know it took me a little while to get used to it, but once I did, it didn't even bother, you know. I mean, you just... Hold on, let me see. It is... I think it's EX. They used to have where you could pick it by the LX, MX. They've changed their site. They used to have, oh, that's the store, so mounts. Is this still the store? This is the store. Hold on, let's go to main site. Desk mounts. Arms. Weight capacity, that's what I'm talking about. HX. There you go. 42 pounds. So yeah, that's the thing is, you can see this is a little more robust. The spring's bigger. So here. Let me look at how big that thing is. That's the double mount. And all of these are your compression screws, so you can change the difference. See, I want to double mount so I can have a 27 and a 32, so my second monitor I can finally use without getting a damn mouse. Just saying. Do you think I'm asking for too much? I don't think I'm asking for too much. All right, fine. It works. We get it. There you go. Look at that. Where's that triple mount? That was pretty crazy. Because everybody needs that. All right. Enough. Thanks, Ergotron. Yeah. Yeah, so HX. Yeah, if I can get Cintiq to give me, or if I can convince Wacom to give me 3 of them, I'd be happy. Yeah. No, I'll tell you. Let's see if they're actually on the store yet. Oh, snort it. Sorry. You notice I just typed in Wacom and you notice what page came up? Wacom drivers. Wait, 925. Was that just a couple days ago? Got to check my Wacom driver here. Make sure I'm up to date. All right. No, I'm up to date. Just had to make sure. Wacom drivers, Wacom customer support, Wacom driver, Wacom driver, Wacom driver. No one can tell what my issues with Wacom were. Huh? Products, not pin computer. Yeah, the they only have 1624 out right now. Yeah, the 32 is coming. It is coming. They had it online for a bit, or they had it for sale for a bit, and then it oh. Well, maybe mine's a 27. Now that I'm looking at it. I'm like, I do have the big heavy base. Maybe I have a 27. Who knew? Yeah, the 32s are coming, though. I know someone who had one in her hands last week. So, and they are sexy. They're pretty. Oh my God, the resolution on them are sick. They are gorgeous, and they're light, comparatively speaking. I mean, look at how thick that thing is compared. And what's funny is they have a... Hold on, let's go to the back here. Let's see if they're advertising this yet. They have a slot where, yeah, here. These are engines, so it's sort of like a plug-in computer for it. You can get 32 gigs of RAM in it. I'm sorry, that's pretty darn sexy. I bet that's going to be enough for most people to work on. Yeah. Ooh, you know, that's interesting. Look. It doesn't have the 4-pin mount. I don't know if you can put an Ergotron on it. Interesting. Looks like there's setting screws there. I wonder if you can get a broad bar across for it. Right? Oh yeah, no, they're very familiar with me, trust me. I have someone's personal number. I love it. Tomas did a whole thing with him. It's awesome. Yeah, see, here's the Pro engines. But everyone I know that has had the engines were all graphic people, not 3D people. So I do want to get one of these Pro 3D pens. I don't have one of those. Mike Thompson, you go, Daddy-O. Mike's a badass. Yeah. They're coming. Wow, I don't even know. Hold on, let's see. Cintiq Pro. What is a Visa?
Camtasia 2018 is all about it.
I own Camtasia, and they just give me these. All right, yeah, get on with it, buddy. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So it has those 2 wide mounts. So instead of the 4 in the center, they now have. No, wait. No, stop that. What are you doing? So it's. Oh, is that a. All right, see, this is why we shouldn't skip ahead, right? Yeah. So it has the 2 mounting bars to the far sides. Okay. That was right. There it is. There's your heavy. All right, we get a lot of his face. There you go. So the answer is yes. I thought it was those 2 little buggers. Okay. Look, all our answers. It has a 3rd button. I don't know, where do we go? Nope. See here? You have your 2 and then you have a 3rd button. So it functions, so it's a little bit more. What do you mean? Of course you can arm mount your Wacom. Oh, well, see, there you go. Someone, yay. See, someone knows something. I just saw the picture and I saw little holes. It was like, I really like the remote. I have to reprogram all of it. I'm so bummed. But I like that they remove the buttons off. Get all that crap out of there. Because I hold my keyboard in my lap. It's just become a thing I do. And so having the remote, you know, in your hand while you're working, I tend to like it. I like it. You know, I saw those. I saw the one. Where is it? Come on. In that one image, the little mounts here, and then you can see them right here, here, and here. So I was assuming there'd be a wider mount plate for it, but that's good. Wacom Cintiq Pro mounting. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could actually listen
tiny
to
bit
it.
and buy them together. I don't know if Wacom's going to be doing any deals there. I'll buy the Cintiq Pro 24 now, and for that VESA mount, you know, can I use this on the Ergotron arm? Do I go and buy another tablet? What's the deal here? So yes, you can go and buy the Cintiq Pro 24 now, and you don't have to wait long for that VESA mount. Or you can just wait a tiny bit and buy them together. I don't know if Wacom's going to be doing any deals there. I'm guessing probably not, at least straight away. So yes, I talked to Wacom directly. I don't have any more information on the upcoming Cintiq.
All right, you talk a lot without any answers. Here we go. VESA mount, Cintiq Pro 2432 Wacom store. The Google machine has found it. There you go. Yes, you too can mount your monitor to the Ergotron arm. There it is. Boop, boop. And look, it does not interfere with the engine. The engine. Yep, there you go. $79.95. Yes, you too, Palma, can mount your Cintiq on your Ergotron arm for only $79.95. Woohoo! Are they giving us the weight of these? Specifications. Display weight. It's only 15 friggin' pounds. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's impressive. I think mine's 40. Right? See, okay, I need to take a screen capture of this. I can take a picture and send this to Wacom. Look. Come on. Oh, wait, I have this beautiful thing, don't I? Come on, print screen. You can do it. There we go. Thank you. I'll send that to Wacom. Okay. No, not PNG. Just do me a JPEG. Don't need no pings. Okay. Oh my God, I don't need a reminder to use your... No, stop it. I've been using Snagit for how many damn years? Seriously? I'm just saying. I'm going to use that against him. No, you really need to give me 3 of these. Well, I'm definitely waiting for the 32. I mean, it's like, you don't need more space. I'm like, oh my God, what do you mean I don't need more space? That's all I need. I am a space whore when it comes to my machine. That would allow me to put like more stuff in my menus. All I know is people who say they don't need more space don't work. Yeah, you don't need more space if you're browsing Facebook. Oh, did it just turn off? Mm-hmm. Why? Hold on. Oh, wow. Well, there's a whole nother battery. What the hell? So what we have learned is that battery lasted how long? Okay, so how long have we been streaming? Where am I? No, this is the one. Wait. One of these had tools. Did something happen? Okay, so I definitely need... Right. I don't think I have the bot set up. Can you, what do you do? Type time? Nope. Or do you have to put it in? So we have about a 2-hour battery living thing. Uh-oh, what's going on over there? Why does that keep choking out? What's up? Okay, so what have we learned? We have learned that the camera lasts about 2 hours. But what's nice is that the other battery charges in about 2 hours. So, no, they have a connector where you can plug it in so you don't have to be using the battery. That will come. Now what? Right? There we go. I guess. So, yes, we've discovered some very important things today. You can mount $79.95. You too can mount your Cintiq Pro. We know what Ergotron arm you need, but it looks like you can probably get away with any friggin' Ergotron arm now because they are only 15 pounds. I think this one weighs almost 40. I think it's like 32, 36, whatever. In the grand scheme of how much monitors weigh, it's not light. It weighs like 32 because the whole thing weighs like 60 something if I remember correctly. This was never meant to be portable, that's for sure. Well, yeah, it's still not going to be that. I mean, hold on, let's go back. um, specs. Oh, this is a new one too. Yeah, this one's only 20 pounds. Yeah, I don't even know. They don't even sell mine anymore. Let's go back down here. Which was the one that was... Yeah. Yeah, see, they're still on those little light ones. This sucker ain't fitting on one of those. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Come on, you. Does my stream keep stalling out? Because I can't tell if it's going or not. I mean, I can see it moving, but I'm getting like a pacing bar. Oh, that is weirder than hell. It's like coming back to me weird. Bizarro. Yeah, my internet was horrible. Is there really that big of a lag? So you're not getting any weirdness right now? That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Is there really like a 50-second lag? Or is it just Twitch is being weird coming back to me? Weird. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. Looking at my Twitch, it seems like I have like a 60-second lag, but that makes no sense. So something's going on. I don't know what it is. As long as you are getting it, who cares? Yeah, no, a few seconds, but like a 60-second lag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. My Twitch is acting funny, I think. Is just here. We're going to close Twitch because it's confusing the hell out of me. Twitch, you're fired. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a mighty long lag. Wow, it's low. What is that about? Right? It's crazy that our speed fluctuates that much. I wonder what that's about. Right? I'm being gated. Earlier it was like 200. That is weird. There you go. Just a lag or something. Bizarre. No, that's different. See, that wasn't 60 seconds. I wonder if I was just lagging or something. Bizarro. Yeah. Not impressive. I do. I agree. I need a T3 line. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, okay, whatever. Whatever it was, I'll be okay, I guess. No crying. What time we got? I am not watching World of Poker. That would be funny, watching someone else's stream while I'm streaming. All right. I see how you are. Well, normally I get anywhere between like 20 and 28 upload. Nope, porn don't touch this machine, my friend. I pay way too much money to have my machine eaten by porn, for God's sake. No porn. Just say no. That is the quick, easiest way to trash your working environment. Don't do it. And let's face it, there's nothing that porn can do for you that a girlfriend can't. Just saying. Or boyfriend, as it may be. I might call BS on that. You might get a BS call on me for that one. There's much better reference that won't destroy your computer. That's not being very successful. Come on. Yeah, I know. Cry. But it's true. It's a truism. There we go. I was like, those are more normal numbers. Or get a girlfriend. Yeah, my upload is lagging. That's funny. Interesting. I wonder what that is about. Because should I really have a 616 megabit download and a 7 megabit upload? Something wrong with these pictures right here. Just saying, something wrong with this. Yeah, I mean, I just did 616 and with less than 8 average. That is not good. I'm going to have a little talk with our service provider. Oh, well, I guess that could be a point, huh? Maybe that's the free bandwidth? I'm leaving digital tracks, guys. Don't be scared. Yeah. Oh, here. I'll check on my phone. Well, that's clever. Ignore me. I did not just say that. No one heard that? Just saying. Cancel. Okay. Let's see. I'll deal with that. I don't know that it's that important, honestly. I was just getting weird stuff on Twitch. I think it might just be my Twitch was being weird. That is true. Well, I don't have to worry about it. They do it. Pixelogic does it. But I have to remember how to do the YouTube. Or not, I think we're going to YouTube. I mean, Facebook. I have to figure out how to build a stable group of viewers. Well, I know having a regular viewing schedule helps. Because this is going to be an important part of my business. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Your roll distance. Turn lazy mouse on and make sure that it's like 0.003 or 0.00 whatever. Turn lazy mouse off and then make sure your roll distance is 10. So when you're stroking, you're getting a lot of chattering. Those two settings. Turn lazy mouse on, make it 0.003. You can turn lazy mouse off. Make sure your roll distance is 10. I don't think I changed my lazy smooth. It's been so long. Well, for the most part, I do jewelry. I should just put ZBrush for printing. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, 0.003, damn it. There we go. I'm not normally playing with monsters, to be fair. Yeah, that's probably a better idea, so you don't get the instantaneous judgment of, well, I don't want to make jewelry, why would I watch that?
Laboratories and teaching specimens, we have fixed, formalin-fixed brains. However, if you're a subarachnoid space is no longer visible unless I move the brain, but it's very, very. If we didn't, it would sit. Here you can see how soft and pliable the dura is, and we can look to the posterior cerebral artery right here where you have.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, actually, that's probably a good idea. Like I said, this is not my... I mean, if anyone has read any of my description... Well, once again, not inappropriate. We are dealing with monsters, right? It was very educational. I agree. Yeah, the bodies exhibit's awesome. Yeah, it's really impressive. It's cool. Yeah, no doubt. Did you ever see, I think it was one of the first guys that ever got it done, and he was a criminal on death row, and he volunteered his body to be plasticized, and they sliced from toe to head his entire body in like 2mm slices, and it was on like a rack and you could slide through it. And then I think it was online early on. I can't remember exactly, but that was pretty crazy too. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Human body's funny. I just love they just found another organ. Yeah, we know a lot about the human body, right? They're like, well, I guess that's an organ. Yeah, exactly, in a glass sheet. That was pretty crazy. Come on, what are you doing? Hate when I accidentally hit things and it starts thinking a lot. It's like, no, don't think a lot. That's bad. Schloop. Seen the cat the dude made into it? No, I missed that completely. That's pretty awesome. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to look that one up. Oh my God. Tell me that's true. All right. I know how to use Photoshop. Let's move on.
Hey guys, on this episode of Titan Trending, dead animal drones. When Bart Jansen's cat was hit by a car, he asked his friend who's an engineer if they could turn it into a drone. He came up with this idea from the simple fact he named his cat Orville after Orville Wright of the Wright brothers. You know, those guys who invented the airplane. So he put his cat through the taxidermy process and stuck it on a drone, and this is the result. After they conquered the flying cat drone, what's the next obvious step? A flying ostrich drone, obviously. Look at this thing, it's so ridiculous, it must weigh like 100 pounds. You won't catch me walking under this bird. Now clearly the ostrich is huge, but look at the actual drone, this thing is massive. Now I can't find any information of how they came up with the idea to build an ostrich drone, I'd really love to know, because this is definitely not the next step after building a cat drone. So naturally, after you master the ostrich drone, you gotta build a shark jet. The shark used here died of a bacterial infection and came from an aquarium. All animals used here come from roadkill or his personal house cat. So no animals are murdered for making these dead animal drones. The top speed on this shark jet is 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour. There's a whole slew of specs for this shark jet that I'll put in the description below if you're interested. So after the shark jet, they moved on to the
Have a good night.
raptor. How would you like to have one of these things flying at your face? Now this thing is just downright creepy. This could be used to make some great pranks. Their latest creation is this Badger submarine. This thing is a real impressive feat of engineering. They had to create an internal mold for the Badger's skin, then fill it with a motor, and then reskin it back on. Here you can see the test run of the Das Boot, you know, the German movie, the book they named it after. It doesn't have the Badger skin wrapped over the submarine yet, but you can definitely see it's a functioning boat. It actually moves in the water quite well. Now it's time to take this to the beach and see what kind of reactions you get. These guys could seriously build a prank channel just around these drones. What do you guys think of these drones? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until the next one, have a good one.
Okay, that That's priceless. I approve. That is absolute friggin' absurdity. I love it. People are friggin' whacked. Right? Wow, your pet's looking pretty rough there. What are you doing with him afterwards? Oh my god. Alright, quick save, get on with it. I haven't been doing a lot of sculpting, have I? Right? I keep losing viewers. I'm just not very good at keeping people. I stopped talking. See, that's it. The people who are really good at this game talk all the time. They're really good at talking and doing and doing and talking and talking some more and doing some more and talking. You have to get better at that, I think. Come on. There we go. See, I pulled out the cat drones and now nothing compares. They're like, oh, you're not making a cat drone. Screw you. Yeah. Such fickle viewers. I think I'm going to have G stream with me so G can keep everyone entertained. She's funny. Our sidekick's better in streaming, so when someone slows down, the other one can just keep talking. Or when audience participation slows down, you can heckle each other. I killed my webcam though. Gonna have to figure that one out. Okay. All right, what time are we at, guys? 8 o'clock. It's time for me to go get some food. All right, kind and gentle folk, I appreciate you hanging out with me here for a bit. I will see you tomorrow live on Pixelogic. And yeah, it was good to see you guys. And we're going to redo this page some. And start a regular schedule and all of that crap. So it's a little bit more organized and official-esque something, you know? I'm trying here, man. But we're up, running, things are good. Fucking score. Yeah, no problem. And like I said, I'm really going to shift into some video production, trying to get my education thing done. But anytime I'm not making videos, I'm going to start streaming. So, yep, what you have seen me do here, except for a handful of, hold on, let this, I like it. You've been here for how many hours, and now you ask me questions when I tell you I'm leaving? I see how you are. Hold on, no, I have to answer a question. There's no giving up. Hannibal. Talking to you. That's kind of cool. Oh my God, what are you saving? Oh, you're saving my undo history. Okay, no, stop. Stop. Oh, this is going to be like a 30 terabyte file. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Yes, the answer is yes to that, but 1 second. No. I mean, this is saving undo history, so this is taking a decade. These are things I actually kind of need to know. I'm just going to make noodles. Don't stress about it. Give me a sec. Oh my God. All right. Now we come to File and we unclick that Save Undo History. This file is going to be like 15 terabytes. So here, let's just go back here for a second. So even here, you can see that these aren't really lines, right? Like when I'm doing this separation, I'm not coming back in with one of these tools and putting lines in. I like to creep up on my lines. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Right? And so I just take clay tubes, and I usually have it a little lower, and you can see I just start to define the shape. Actually, even this is a little strong, right? Come back, fill, and work my way up to it. We have a fold here. I'm just going to take my clay tubes and then kind of fill it in. And you can see I have yet to even use a negative or an alt, right? Just come in, backfill. There's a negative. Kind of backfill. Say negative. And then if I want that to be a line, I'm going to come in with that edge and then backfill, stroke over it. So you can see that I'm not really putting lines in. I'm just finding my edges and backfilling over them and then leaving, and you know, you can go back in and once again, I usually work with it a little softer than that even. And you know, you really can kind of creep up. SK fill works really well for coming back in behind stuff. So yeah, but there's only one way to make it a quadcopter. Right? But this allows, instead of getting really distorted meshes by drawing deep lines into things, this allows me to define where my surfaces and stuff are, like rough surface details. You know, let's say you want this to be sort of like this weird little architectural element, right? Come back in, scoop, backfill or negative, right? Come back over it. And then fill that in, right? Every once in a while, you know, you can come back in and tune it up how you want. But you can get really exacting linear detail. But what this prevents, so the number one thing, yeah, no, that's why I'm here. I mean, that's, no, I don't mind at all. It was starting to get quiet, and, you know, I'm going to have to eat here at some point, so, but I have no problems answering these questions. So you can see I have yet to draw a line on this. Right. So, you know, you can make this as proud as you want by going over it, right? If you like that line a lot, just hit one, and it'll go over it. Now look at how much height you have there, right? And now come back in with SK fill. Yep. Yep. One more little row. get it in there. Get your clay tubes. Stroke that rascal in. SK trim, knock that back a little. Right? And so that way, the nice thing about that is you have these beautiful lines and edges, and you're defining them by steps, right? This is a step. It's not a line. So when you go to print, or I would argue anything, but if you go to print, you now have these definitive forms that aren't just cut in lines. So you can see this is reflecting dramatically different than that is. Where if I come back in and I'm defining that by this, right? This surface is reacting the same as this surface, right? So that does not read as a dynamic form. Where by doing the dimensional stepping here, and by stepping up with clay tubes, that becomes a much more dynamic surface. And then normally, if I really want this to get sharp, then at some point I'll come back in with SK twist, and I'm just going to roll that edge a little. And what that does is it punches that back up and under, and it gives you a slightly rolled surface. And that rolled surface will reflect light much better than just a flat one. And so now you have a dynamic edge that is going to be very active. Here, let's go to gold or something metallic, right? Now this edge is going to be really active compared to just a plain cut. And so when you go to print, even if you're doing like 27 millimeter, figurines or whatever, these lines will show up a lot better than lines like that. Because as you can see, it has depth that this will never have. Does that make sense? And that's why I use clay tubes like this, is because I'm just creeping up on my surfaces, my layers, and it gives me much cleaner, much more visible line separations or layer separations, which are very hard to get in a different way, right? Let's kind of get back here, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. And so that's why I like to use the clay tubes, because, once again, I decide where I want my line, and I'm doing it very softly, right? That's nothing you can't get rid of very easily. And then I build up to it. And then I build it up, right? Build it up. And now you have two layers that were the exact same that now have very different reflection profiles. And that is what makes everything work as far as, going to dimensional printing. So remember that the second you come out of the computer, you are sculpting in light. All you have to think about is, what is the light going to do on these surfaces? And that is what you're hunting for if you're trying to get out of the computer. Did that answer your question? Did that make sense? Right on, right on. If there are no more questions, I am going to sign off. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. And like I said, by the end of next week, we'll have a more regular schedule and all of that nonsense. All right? All right, kind and gentle folk, have a good one.